Hello there. Might be a little bit overexposed, but it'll be right when I take this camera inside the workshop. It's winter, or just coming into winter here now in the southern hemisphere, actually Tasmania, which is part of Australia, and I just thought you might like to have a look at this, what I do to protect my laser in the sub-zero temperatures, because obviously I think you'll all know by now that laser has you know, sort of distilled water running through it, and it will freeze, and if it freezes, say goodbye to your laser tube. But you've got to protect your pump as well, you know, the cooler, so it's all got to be protected, and I'll show you what I do. So here we go. At the moment actually it's come up to about I think 7 degrees, but it's midday on a Sunday here, so overnight it was just below zero. So here we go, let's go in the workshop. Just open the iris on the camera a bit, and okay, so this is what I do, because it can get to, you know, -4 or 5 or so here in my workshop. So you know, you obviously have to do something, and this is what I do. So I got a nice thick old blanket over the top of it to keep any heat in. So just drop that there for a second. So inside the laser I've got a couple of well actually they're brand new, but they were they're used normally in a shop window overnight lighting. They're LEDs, and I think they're 38 watts each, so you know, they're warm. They give 38 watts of, or a combined you know, sort of just under 80 watts of power then. Quite a bit of that is in heat, so it keeps it warm in here, and it flows through to the tube there as well. But you can't just rely on that, because what you need to do is take care of the cooler. So what I have underneath here, I don't know whether you can pick that up, there's a 150 watt quartz halogen spotlight that I use, and I just play it, you know, sort of the light up against the back of this, because in quartz halogen light there is quite a bit of infrared radiation, heat transferred, so it keeps this thing warm, and the area around it, because the blanket's draped over this as well, so it keeps the heat in, and there's no drafts in here. But of course the heat percolates up, you know, inside the machine and on the outside, and it keeps, if I can open it, it keeps the air warm in here as well, so it stops the laser freezing and damaging the laser. You know, it's not too much messing around for what, you know, when you want to come and sort of use the laser. All you've really got to do is just take these out. But you know, if you've got $10,000 worth of, or $8,000 worth of laser, you want to take care of it. So that's what I do. It's worked for more than 10 years. Simple arrangement. For the Thunder laser. So, the only thing you've got to be careful of is, you know, if you're using a material object, to sort of keep things warm. You can't drape it anywhere near the heat source or light source. So that's why I have it sort of over the back. I'll show you in a sec. So even if something fell down, you know, it's not going to catch on fire or anything like that. Bit more maybe. There you go. That'll keep it nice and cozy. I'll show you what I mean around the back now. Okay, so yeah, around the back there's no danger of that quartz halogen globe you know, catching this light or anything like that. It's not going to get sort of hot out here. Even if this fell off the back, you know, there's no way it can get to the quartz halogen floodlight because it's quite far back. It's back here somewhere. So you know, you take all the precautions you can. So there you go, a very safe and warm and cozy thunder laser. So that's how I cold weather or winterize my thunder laser. I hope you've liked this very short video today. And of course I make tutorial videos on behalf of Thunder Laser now, and I hope you tune in for another Thunder Laser tutorial. If you'd like to leave a comment down below the video of anything that you would like to see or anything you have in problems with your Thunder Laser, I'll see if I can do a tutorial on it for you, or gather up a number of problems and deal with it in one tutorial. So thank you for joining me, and it's bye for now.